The Northwest Outdoorsmen is presented by Worksharp. This week on the Northwest Outdoorsmen,
Did you ever see them?
No, I never saw them, but they were close.
we are hunting turkeys in northern Idaho with the Brooks family.
This weather's horrible.
Good job, kid.
The Northwest Outdoorsman, presented by Worksharp, is brought to you by Max Lure, Explore the Dalles, Good Day Fishing, Muley Maniacs, Valley Marine. Family hunting traditions are important for the Northwest Outdoorsman. These traditions are evident with the Brooks family, who traveled to northern Idaho for a turkey hunting adventure. The senior Brooks, Al, joined son Jason and grandson Ryan chasing wise gobblers. Rich Harrod and Eric Granstrom capture the action. The weather makes hunting difficult, but the scenery is beautiful and the company sublime.
Jason and I have been talking about getting together for a hunting or fishing trip for years, and so we finally got together, made a plan, headed to northern Idaho to chase turkeys.
Our schedules just never really worked out to where we could meet up. I was going one way, you were going the other, and we'd cross, mostly at sportsman shows, talking about, you know, we gotta do this, we gotta do that, and finally it was like, let's do it.
I've known Richie for a while, but not really well. We'd been talking about trying to team up on something, and Richie got a hold of me and said, hey, we're going to Idaho, would you like to come? Even though I wasn't gonna bring a shotgun, wasn't gonna be part of the hunt, I was still gonna be part of the hunt by using the camera. So I jumped at that opportunity.
I knew this was going to be a great trip because Jason had his dad Al and son Ryan with us. Jason knew of a good place to camp, so he took us there and we set up the trailer.
We ended up using my travel trailer, thanks to the wife for giving me the okay. It was great. One of the best camping spots I probably have ever had in all my years of hunting and fishing.
Yeah, you guys 20 gator shells, right? Yep. Okay. I'm a little nervous. We haven't heard any gobbles yet. Normally we do by now, especially up right behind us. But well, first more was trying to get my dad a bird, of course. You know, go out and find a spot, and we went up to a spot where we'd always found birds. You guys ready?
Yep. You guys lead on.
Yeah.
Never have turkey hunted before. This is a whole new experience. I think it was something that came about from the standpoint that it was just kind of last on my bucket list instead of being first. But now that we're out here, what an enjoyment.
Might be a little windy, especially if the wind's blowing in our face.
That's usually how we hunt up here, is you just walk until you hear the gobbles. And unfortunately that first morning, didn't hear any gobbles.
We've got another spot that's over up the road too. We'll try that after this.
Oh, we can try it.
And then we can go.
We can also split up after this.
Yeah. We not only didn't see any birds, we didn't hear any birds. There was nothing about birds in this place. Yeah, new spot, yeah.
I say we split up. One person goes Turkey Hill, one person goes Bachelor Pad.
That's a good idea. All right, let's see if we can go find them.
We quickly made the call to reverse our direction and head back down to the trucks, and then we decided to split up. So Jason and I went one way, and you and the grandpa and grandson went the other way.
Yeah, let's just try this and just see. That's what's at the base of these trees. Okay.
think he's gone.
Yep.
Eric and I went up this one hill, and I don't think we could step 10 feet without stepping on a gobbler.
Oh man.
We had one there. We had one there.
Did you ever see him?
No, I never saw them, but they were close.
Coming up after the break,
And there's a chance those birds might work their way up.
the Northwest Outdoorsman presented by Work Sharp is brought to you by Max Lure, Explore the Dalles, Good Day Fishing, Muley Maniacs, Valley Marine. Welcome back. Jason and Eric are on the birds.
And then we decided to split up, and so Jason and I went one way.
I don't think we could step 10 feet without stepping on a gobbler. This guy, I think, went out that way. I'd like to go to this ridge and just try and call.
After that group hunt, we split up and Richie and my grandpa went up to a bachelor pad. We parked at the gate. Almost every time I've been there in the past years, you park at the gate, you let out a yelp, you'll hear a gobble. So now you know which direction you want to go. We get there, nothing. The wind was starting to pick up pretty good. I don't think those are. Way up in that green. See the tail up there?
What was a deer?
See him up there running? There's 3 of them. You see their tails?
Yeah.
There's nothing.
Yep.
Exactly.
Let's go find a turkey. At my age, which I'm 77, it's still very enjoyable. I have a little harder time going downhill, but no, I feel really good. Beautiful. I like this down here.
Yep.
So Ryan, what's your plan? Circle out around here?
Yeah, or should I follow this road? It goes out to the point over the river. There's some heavy timber over there. So we're looking over across the river, and there's, what, probably 20, at least 3 or 4 gobblers. And we start calling, they're calling back to us across the river. Not going across the river.
Well, this is such easy going. Let's go for a little bit further.
That's a good idea.
Yeah.
We're seeing deer and turkeys, just not ones we can hunt. So really can't complain too bad.
We hunted up a draw and hit the ridge line. That's where we kind of broke out of the timber, and it was a old clear cut looked like, or at least a partial cut.
Really 2 nice big birds coming in, and they hung up on us, and I wanted to get them just a little bit closer, and there was a tree in the way, and they didn't want to come any closer, and they finally decided they had enough of that.
The next morning, we all hunted together again.
He's way behind us. You know, the whole idea was trying to get my dad his first bird, and I wanted Ryan, my son, to be there. I have grandson, you know, 3 generations, so we decided to stick together. And unfortunately, that's a lot of people trying to call in a turkey. We went back to where we were the day before, where there was a lot of birds. We need to climb up to here and call and see if there's anything on this ridge line. So that house that's over there, one, they got chickens, a lot of chicken feed. But those turkeys will ridge run, as you know.
We're standing there trying to decide what to do, and we spot some elk, and Ryan couldn't resist trying to call at him.
Yeah, that's how you do on TV with this. Pissed off cow. What the heck was that? Sounds like a horse.
I'm surrounded by turkeys.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly.
Coming up after the break, the Northwest Outdoorsman, presented by Worksharp, is brought to you by Max Lure, Explore the Dalles, Good Day Fishing, Muley Maniacs, Valley Marine. Welcome back. The guys are still in search of a gobbler.
What the heck was that? Sounds like a horse.
I'm surrounded by turkeys.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly.
Yeah, we went across the river because we knew there was birds there. We're like, in this wind, I think it's going to turn into a spot and stock hunt, not a calling turkeys hunt. I look through some brush, I see one turkey, put the binoculars on it. Oh, it's a gobbler, all right. Well, now it's on. So I'll get my grandpa out there with me. It's walking away from us about the same pace we're walking. So we chased it for what, 300 yards probably? It got to the edge of the river, went over this little bank. We went down there after it and it was gone.
It makes me feel young again, just being out here with them in this time of my life. I couldn't ask for anything more than just to be walking beside both my grandson and my son. He can go, and it just makes me feel good to see those long legs step out and go.
He only had 2.5 days to get his bird, and it didn't happen, and that's the way it goes. The one thing he did tell me though is that he would definitely come back and do it again, so that was a win. We went back to the river bottom and we found turkeys and a few deer. We had circled around this big area, flat area with a bunch of brush in it, and the turkeys were on the far side, and we snuck in just right. Try to call them to us this way, so they wanted to go this way. If I put the burlap up between those two right there. And so we put the burlap up for a blind. It worked out great. We start calling, the turkeys start coming. It's all working out. All they got to do is see that decoy that we placed out there, and they're going to come running.
And so we're just watching them feed for probably a half hour. And then all of a sudden, the two hens out front just book it down the road. About right when they're wandering off, a coyote comes around the corner. And he looks around, he sees our decoy and goes, oh, well, there's a meal for me right there.
And there was an old fence line out there, and that was my marker. If he gets to there, I'm going to give him a face full of lead. He's huh?
Far now, but
He's at 41 yards.
I mean, that second shot.
He should have shot.
I was just calling, I had my gun up. I wasn't really paying attention, to be honest. I was playing with my call, didn't have my gun in my hands. Otherwise, I probably would have shot too. So I want to see him attack that decoy just for the, I think it'd be cool to have that on video or something.
Should I have a way to get closer, Richie? You think he came in closer?
I think he would have came closer.
That was, what, 41 yards?
41.
That's a good shot to take.
No, he just took off running. He came in, I got excited. He picked up on me, and it didn't work out, unfortunately, but it was close, it was fun.
Ryan and I decided to go for a bigger hike.
Sneaking and crawling along, and once I saw it, they all went over the edge. Figured, all right, it's my time to run up.
Coming up after the break, the Northwest Outdoorsman, presented by Worksharp, is brought to you by Max Lure, Explore the Dalles, Good Day Fishing, Muley Maniacs, Valley Marine. Welcome back. Time spent afield with family and friends is precious.
Half of our camp was a Airbnb, kind of close to town, which was nice because there was running water and, and heat if we needed it, and good food and good company.
Time to heat up.
Ryan and I decided to go for a bigger hike. It sounded like the birds were right behind me.
Sneaking and crawling along, and once I saw it, they all went over the edge. Figured, all right, it's my time to run up. So I run up there and I see one jake head. I'm like, perfect, we got a shooter. That's all I need. And I step over and there's about 10 more. And I'm like, okay, well, where do you go now? I find him again and shoot, and I think just too far out and clean miss. See dirt fly, and he didn't even slow down.
It's almost 5 o'clock. Jeez. We got there first light, morning roost, you know, to fly down, we call fly down. And we heard gobbles to our right, we heard gobbles to our left.
So the last morning that Richie and I had to be on the hunt, we set up perfect setup, but unfortunately we were almost in the turkey's lap, and I couldn't see it. Now where Jason was set up, he could see the bird in the tree the whole time.
When they flew down, they all went different directions and none of them came in front of us.
I really enjoyed spending time with the Brooks family. It just reminded me so much of the fond memories I have with my dad and my kids. About a week later, Jason sends me some surprise video clips, and they had gone back to northern Idaho to try again.
Jake.
Nice, Jake.
Yeah.
Can't complain.
Yeah, no doubt. Congrats, buddy.
Thank you.
As you were with us the other day when we looked at that river and those white peaks behind it, I could just see the explorers coming up in their canoes. And so you could take yourself back in time. My son asked me, he says, Dad, would you come back and go with us again? And I said, you bet.
I always enjoy spending time with my grandpa, and this hunt was no exception. I like to spend time with my family, my dad and my grandpa, and friends like you, Richie.
That's the biggest thing with us is family and supporting our kids' passions. And it just worked out that they're our passions too. I don't care about killing birds. I mean, that's what we come here for. I don't care about killing elk. I don't care about any of that stuff. It's all about spending time with my kids and my family, my friends, you know, my dad, my hunting partners. And that's what I take away from is the memories, because you only get one go around and this is it. So make the best of it.
It's time now for another Harrod's Cookhouse recipe brought to you by Mickledge, the Spokane Spice Company. Today we're making turkey burgers with huckleberry ketchup, a recipe by Chef Patty Oliver. Start by cooking chopped scallions in olive oil in a saucepan along with garlic, ginger, red wine vinegar, and brown sugar. Then add huckleberries, simmer until it reduces. Remove meat from clean turkey legs, add bacon, and grind. Add Harrod's Cookhouse game bird and chicken seasoning, mix well, and form 6-ounce burger patties. Puree huckleberry mixture and set aside. Fry burgers in hot oiled skillet and top with cheese. Assemble burgers with huckleberry ketchup, sliced tomato, and fresh arugula. For this and other great fish and wild game recipes, visit the Harrod Outdoors website and YouTube channel.
This area is so much public land and public access land that if you get into an area and you find some birds, you hunt those group of birds, but because it is intermixed with a lot of private, once the birds move off or that doesn't work out, you pick up and you go to another spot. You know, it's not like where you only have one place to go and you just try and work it all day or bring them back. It's like, let those birds calm down, they have their routine, they'll be back, let's go find new birds. And you just do that all day long, you leapfrog.